So we start this video off for a very dangerous place for hardcores, which is the middle of the wilderness. And the reason I had to go here was for the What Lies Below quest, because I had to use the Abyss in order to make some runes. And once we were back to safety, we were able to finish the quest, and then I moved on to the Feud, which is a quest for the Desert series, and you basically have to help a bunch of people who are mad at each other. And I didn't really know what was going on, but I did get a lot of thieving XP, so I'd say it was worth it in the end. After this, I did King's Ransom, where I got to be a lawyer and I got to defend someone who was accused of murder. And just when I thought I was a master lawyer, I actually got thrown into jail, but it was okay because I was able to break myself out and finally talk to the king in order to get the sweet quest XP. And then after this, I had a minor heart attack from Shadow of Ashdale. Dragon. Oh my god. Dude, that is so funny. So after a minor heart attack, I decided to finish the quest, and this meant that I had to kill Agoroth, who is the quest boss for this. And it's a little crab thing that like swipes at you, but it wasn't too bad. And so I decided to become an undercover penguin for the Cold War quest, and this meant I had to like infiltrate a penguin base, and it was honestly a super fun quest. I'm definitely looking forward to doing the rest of the quests in this line because it will also help me during the catching penguins D&D, so I'll get more XP. So after this, I did some fight cave because my goal was to get a fire cape, and I wanted this because it gives some nice bonuses. And I thought it was going to be pretty easy, but I haven't really done fight cave in a while, and I think I kind of underestimated how difficult it was going to be because I actually took a decent amount of damage from the mobs, and I was around wave 44 I realized that I was probably not going to get this run, so I decided to start over and try to conserve my food a little bit. This run I tried to run around like crazy and not let any of the mobs hit me that much, so I was able to have more food. And I also took a way more prayer because I kept thinking I was going to run out of prayer the other run. So I tried to be a lot more safe this run and try to conserve my supplies a little bit. And so Fight Cave is 63 waves, so it was around wave 60 where I was starting to get a little bit nervous because I knew Jad was going to spawn soon. And my iron really doesn't have that much HP, so I'm pretty sure if I missed any prayer flicks I would be dead or almost dead. So there was only one wave to Jad here, and he can spawn anywhere, so it's kind of spooky, but he spawned in a pretty nice place. So this is me killing Jad. Basically you have to like prayer switch between range and mage, and you also have to tag all the healers so they don't heal Jad and they just come up to you and stare at you in the face. But the first time I accidentally killed them, so then they started to respawn, but then the second time I just tagged them and then went back on Jad, so it was a lot easier to kill him because he didn't heal back up. But yeah, enjoy this mini 4K Talos gameplay. We get it? Hog, right? 5? Nice! That wasn't so bad. It was easy. 44-34. So once we got a fire cape, I was ready to go do some PVM, but I didn't actually bring the fire cape because I didn't realize that it doesn't give a mage bonus and it only gives a melee bonus, so I let it sit in my bank and I tried to see if I could get an early drop here, which would be super nice, but we only ended up getting runes, but it's okay, we'll be back later. So I started to do some quests again, and I started with missing my mummy, where you have to restore this mummy's tomb, and I got a construction level while fixing one of the statues, so it was pretty nice. And then I went on to do Olaf's quest, which is one of my favorite quests in the game because it's really short and it only takes 2 seconds, and see, we're already done. Huge XP. So then we go to, this is Meeting History, and in this quest you have to go back in time like 20 times in order to change a bunch of events so they're different in the present. And then we talk to this guy for some sweet quest XP. So I then did A Tale of Two Cats, and I had to watch this really long cutscene of these two cats falling in love, so I decided to have a little talk with my own cat because it is a cat quest, so it makes sense. And so then after this one we move on to Rum Deal, where there's a bunch of angry zombies and you have to feed them rum so they're not so mad. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing the pirate series because you get a bunch of prayer XP from it, and as you can see my prayer is really low. So this is another pirate quest where we are in a ship and it starts to sink, so we have to be a pirate for a little bit and loot, and then we have to go back to our own ship to finish the quest. And then I decided to do some Dagonoth Kings to try and look at a dragon hatchet because I really want to train my woodcutting and it'd be nice to have a better hatchet for it. So I decided to do these for a little bit, and I spotted Rex by walking south and then walking a little bit to the east, so you can just sit here and he can't damage you, but he can look at you very menacingly, so it is a little bit scary, but it's not too bad. And overall it was pretty fun, and I'll definitely come back here trying to get a dragon hatchet. So after this I went to Barrows again because I was really hoping for some peace. I see some irons like get spoon pieces like very early, or a Darok's amulet would also be super nice because I really like Darok perk. But as you can see, we just got runes. Maybe this chest? No, it's just more runes. It'll be okay. We'll definitely get it this time. Okay, well, one day we'll get one, hopefully. So then, because I was dry, I decided to go torture this gnome. Just kidding, I decided to do Morning's End Part 1 because I'm slowly working towards Plague's End. And I had to do a bunch of, like, RD quests in order to unlock that. And I had to shoot this sheep, which took a very large amount of aim. But after that, I was able to finish, and then I went on to do this quest in an abbey where someone's murdered. And it's a classic case of whodunit, but I knew it the whole time, so I wasn't worried. And then after that, I decided to do some RFD-related quests. And I started out doing the Great Brain Robbery, where I had to kill this barrel chest, and I thought I could safe spot it in the door, but it ended up still hitting me, but it didn't really hit that hard, so it wasn't too bad. And then I was able to talk to the monk to end the quest, and then I went through the everlasting moral dilemma of an iron on whether to use XP lamps on agility or herblore. And I know I should have done herblore, but I feel like training agility is such a pain, but I did eventually do herblore and it did get a level, so I moved on to Eyes of Glaufrey, where I had to do this pretty cool puzzle, and this puzzle, I think it took me around like 10 minutes, but I was able to use my big brain and also with the help of my chat to finally unlock it and then complete the quest. And then after this, I moved on to doing some of the Sea Slug quests, which is also one of my favorite quest series in the game. There's a couple of quests, so I'll definitely be back to finish the rest of them so I can kill the weird sea slug creature at the end. But yeah, so that's this quest done, and then I moved on to do some of the Void quests. This is another line I really wanted to work on, so I had to do a couple puzzles. They weren't too bad, and I also got my chat to help me a little bit with them. So yeah, that was this quest almost complete, and then I also did Kindred Spirits, and this one is pretty cool because it involves like Sliske, and you have to like break out of jail with him, and you also unlock the 7th Barrows brother, who's Linza. So we'll be able to kill her in the future now and hopefully try to get some of her gear. And this is Spirits of the Elid, so this one I had to very slowly kill this golem because he had very high defense for me. But I slowly killed him. It took like maybe 1,000 hours, but after that I was able to get some water for these people by asking these water spirits because there was a town that didn't have any water, and quest lore and all that. So we're on to Fairy Tale Part 2, and I also did Part 3 after this, and yeah, so I had to You're the Queen, and then after that I had to do a battle at Orc's Rip, so I basically had to grow a bunch of orcs out of the ground so that they could fight for me, and yeah, we won the war, and I got a bunch of farming and herblore XP, so I'd say it was pretty worth it. The next thing I did was Shadow the Storm, which is basically a quest where you spawn a demon and then you immediately kill him, so it didn't make a ton of sense to me, but I did get XP, so I didn't really ask any questions. And then after I did some Evil Dave quests, so I did Evil Dave for RFD, and then I also did Evil Dave's Big Day Out, so I got to go to his basement and talk to his mom a little bit, and she gave me a bunch of XP, so I continued that with Catapult Construction, where I got to construct a catapult, so it's a very creative name, and then I got to test my aim and shoot some rocks. And to finally finish this long, horrible day of questing, I did Kenneth's Concern, and this quest I had to be very sneaky and sneak around so no one saw me, or else I'd just start all over. And yeah, this was this quest done, and that's it for this video, so I'll see you guys in the next one, and thanks for watching.